of Ukraine is counting the dead after the fiercest day of fighting yet and the government's crackdown on dissent in the area. Pro-autonomy forces have confirmed up to 100 people have died, including civilians. Well, you may find this footage from the eastern city of Donetsk disturbing. These are the bodies of anti-government fighters being taken to the morgue. Activists say wounded men were being carried to hospital in 2 trucks, clearly marked with medical insignia. The vehicles were allegedly hit both from the ground and air, and the survivors finished off at point-blank range. The activist leader says up to 35 people were killed in that one assault, with a total death toll as high as 100 people. RT's Maria Finoshna is in Donetsk.
Tensions remain very high here on the ground, with a number of casualties on a constant rise. We receive reports conflicting sometimes about the exact number of those killed and injured, but even both warring sides agree that there are many. Although army officials claim that all those they killed were terrorists. This is how Kiev call anti-government fighters, while the officials from the self-proclaimed Republic of Donetsk claim that they lost around 50 men, while just as many civilians also died in the airstrikes.
The right sector fighters attacked us from helicopters, also with grenade launchers and howitzers. Sometimes they turned to residential areas and shot mortars at the houses, destroying entire floors. They also attacked a school.
The Prime Minister of the self-proclaimed Republic of Donetsk claimed that the truck with injured people became target, calling this act a human atrocity. But we have to say that it is very hard to verify any information in any of these reports because clashes are still continuing. As you can see right now, it may look relatively calm here in the city of Donetsk, but many believe and fear that that could be a calm before this storm, especially while we're hearing from Ukraine's military officials in Kiev that the counter-terror operation, the large-scale operation now undergoing in this part of the country, will continue until the last terrorist is dead. And there is an information emerging throughout local media here that there is an order within the Ukrainian army not to take captives.
The main target during these unprecedented attacks was Donetsk International Airport. The army used airstrikes in its attempt to retake it from anti-government fighters. It's still not clear who controls the airport, with conflicting reports even coming from officials within the government forces. Disturbances continued into the early morning, with a sniper said to be firing at civilians at a local train station. And there were also clashes elsewhere in the region. Ukrainian special forces attacked the anti-government headquarters in the city of Mariupol. Now, the city of Slavyansk is also a target of Kiev's military operation, with reports now saying 4 civilians were killed on Monday.
Это ужас! Они что, больные? Люди живут тут, никого никаких нету, и этих как уж убили. Боже, убили!
This is footage from the scene provided by RT's video agency Ruptly. Local activists say the army opened fire on a residential area. Buildings were damaged by what's believed to be mortar shelling. And we spoke to 2 eyewitnesses, one of whom managed to film the aftermath of events.
The man you can see in this video was killed after a shard from a bomb injured his head. And this is not the full picture. In the yard of the 9-story building where this video was shot, there's a kindergarten. Thank God it was late, and no one was inside. Off camera, I personally saw another dead body, and 10 minutes later, yet another. People are shocked. Nobody expected this. But this isn't the first time that government fire has hit a civilian part of the city. And while they might have been firing blanks before, this time the shells exploded for sure.
The ammunition has been falling nearby, within 300 or 400 meters. We approached the area and saw a man who was dead. A mortar bomb fell just near a 9-story apartment block. All the windows on the ground floor were smashed. There were many people with injuries to their legs and arms. Then we moved to another area and found a woman's body just where another bomb fell. We counted up to 8 craters there.
Now, Ukraine has just chosen a new leader, and although President-elect Billionaire Petro Poroshenko earlier said he was ready for dialogue with the east of the country, he has now vowed to strengthen the military crackdown, making it faster and more efficient. But political scientist Mateusz Piskorsky says that's not a promise Poroshenko can deliver on.
Poroshenko can do nothing, but he can pretend that he controls the situation, and that's why I think he claims that he will continue the anti-terrorist operation, which is in fact not controlled and not driven by him, but by some other people who are, let's say, his political opponents and his political competitors. We can expect that in the coming future there will be also clashes between various pro-governmental forces, various pro-governmental units, as we have witnessed already such clashes. So Ukraine is a territory of total chaos. It's no more a state. It's no more a state which is governed by a central government. It's a territory of chaos, of different criminal gangs, of different criminal groups who are pretending to be governmental structures.
Well, reacting to events in the eastern Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin called for an immediate halt of the military operation, while Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said it's in Ukraine's interest to end the violence.
Kiev should do what it's calling on others to do. Start fulfilling the Geneva agreements and follow the roadmap. Poroshenko won't be welcome in Donbass if he carries on with the military operation. If Poroshenko acts in the interests of Ukrainians, he will find a reliable partner in Moscow.